All right, I think we're live. I was wondering, like, when is it coming? Hey, everybody! I am so excited to be on live today. I feel like I'm on a roll here. Well, this is my second time this week. Um, I just wanted to come on here since it is Workout Wednesday here in this group. That I wanted to really talk about how to habit hack your way, getting yourself moving, and also just how to shift your mindset and how we look at exercise. Um, I want to preface this by saying I am, and Tamika always reminds me of this, that I always say this, but I am a recovering couch potato. Like, I'm still a couch potato at heart. Like, that is my thing. In fact, I get up in the morning, my reward for doing, one of my healthy habits is to have couch time, like just like find my zen. And at the end of the day, I reward myself with couch time. I just get all these other things done in between. So that is ultimately where I like to be, is my butt placed on the couch. But that being said, um, movement is something our body needs, and so many times me for sure, I can say I started this weight loss journey, whether it be through food, through exercise, whatever, was to see the number on the scale change. I wanted to not look bloated and be ashamed of how I looked in pictures. And really, it kind of evolved from there. And just my whole viewpoint on food, mindset, movement, everything has changed. Still kind of the same goal, but different focuses, if that makes sense. Tamika, did you have anything you wanted to add to that before I take this?
Yeah. So I love that you call it habit hacking because like when I think of the word hack, I'm like, you gotta like hack away at it. Like you gotta keep like going at it. Cause I always say habit stacking. And with that, it's like, what do you do on a regular basis? How can you add something onto it that's a healthy habit? But I love habit hacking because ultimately things that don't come naturally or easy to you, you have to hack away at it. You have to like continue to work at it every single day in order to make it a healthy habit.
Right. Well, and really they kind of go hand in hand. There's habit stacking. I know they always, it's fun to have the family in. I love the dog. I had my little dog down beside me, but I kicked him out. Habit hacking also leads to habit stacking. So that's the beauty of it, is they're kind of married together. But like I said, I lost, I'll be honest, like I lost a good chunk of my weight without exercising because I had the mindset of I'm not an exerciser. How can I do? I tried everything around not having to exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and including all the diets and stuff where, yeah, I lost weight, but guess what happened? I put it back on because it wasn't maintainable, right? And again, it was all about just the numbers on the scale. And so, like I said, through this group, what I really want to do, and I know you and I are on the same page on this, is really change how people kind of view this lifestyle journey. Like I said, today we're talking about exercise. So I do want to talk about like a habit hack, and stacking and how we get there. And it made me think about it because we were, on Monday went live about how to kind of get on track or stay on track when you're doing vacation. But I feel like those tips also apply to just days in general. Like, we get out of off course super easy, right? I mean, how many times do we get, like today you and I were talking, I'm like, oh, I ended up having to, drop some kids off after practice. My schedule changes. So we have to shift and focus and stuff like that. So we have to kind of move and learn how to get back on track, with that. And anyway, so exercising, I have started to make different, or when I wanted to start exercising, I started adding it to something that I was already doing. So I get up in the morning, we all get up, right? And we've talked about this on our lives all the time. My first thing before I can have my coffee is to get my workout clothes on. I know you you sleep in yours, right? Which is probably something I might be doing sooner than later because I
Well,
even that
let me just preface, it's not a matter of being lazy. It's
no.
I found myself in the mornings, if I had to change into cold clothes, I was like less apt to do it. And so if I was already in my clothes that were already warm from my bed, then getting out of bed was easier. So it wasn't like a matter of like being lazy, or it was just like
No.
what stopped me was, or like what prolonged my morning was putting on the cold clothes. So that's why I had
Well,
to like shift there.
and it's like what's going to set you up for success better, right? Lazy
Mhm.
or not, whatever it is, as long as
Yeah.
you're getting up and doing it. But you're right, and you also get up really early. Like that's what I'm saying. Like mine, I'm almost like, I've been doing the same kind of habit for a while, and I feel like sometimes you need to change it up. So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I might be adopting your way because I roll out of bed and that's what I do. Like I go too, and so I totally get that. but so that's a habit hack stack, however you want to call it. But I feel like I said, they're married, that I added. Another one was when I take my kids, I'm going to the pool every day. It's a sporting complex. So, and that's where Remember's at, because my kids have to be a member to be able to swim. So for me, it was like since I'm driving to the pool already, taking my kids, and this is what works for us, I had to force myself to start going into that gym, you know, and I do say force because I didn't want to do it, you know, but I also had a different mindset around it. You know, I was like, it wasn't until I started seeing a functional medicine doctor. He's like, you need to get stronger. You need to work your core. You need to do these things. It also helps with exercise is one of the best things for your gut health. It's also one of the best things for your mindset.
Yeah.
And I want to know, and Tamika, I'm sure you'll have to add to this, but how many people struggle with any of those? Gut health? Generally, if you're struggling with any kind of mindset, you are gut health, because they're actually tied. They talk together. And just not wanting to exercise like I did. I mean,
yeah, and definitely put it in the comments. That way you can find your tribe and we can like work through some things. But for me, I was always active growing up. And then when I stopped playing soccer and went to real life and got a job, you know, it was hard to want to add that in when I was tired all the time. And, you know, and like you said, it's not just like we're not exercising for weight loss, because what happens when you hit your weight loss goal? Then what? Then you stop? No, like it's got to be tied to something bigger. And so I know for me, I feel a sense of accomplishment and confidence when I'm working out, and I push through and I beat that mind that's like, no, sleep in, no, don't do it, no, go easy, you know? So I just feel a sense of confidence and accomplishment. And then I have more energy throughout the day. So even though I am tired and like feeling like, oh, I just don't have time to do this, I have more energy and I'm happier throughout the day. So it's worth it. And so I'm not doing it for, you know, sometimes I do it so that way I can have that extra donut or, you know, like feel like, okay, well, I got to put some extra calories, you know, but at the same time, it's like, if I don't exercise, I'm probably going to eat that stuff anyway. And I'm just going to feel gross. Like I'm just going to feel unmotivated and unconfident and uninspired and all those ways that I don't want to feel.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is, that's one thing I forgot to mention. It was such a good point, is confidence. If you're lacking confidence, take action in something that you want to accomplish. Just that step towards it will build your confidence. It's a fact. It's not just your and I opinion, if I even said that correctly, but that's a fact. You know, anytime, like you said, you accomplish something, you feel like you can check it off, you're going to be like, wow, I can do that.
Yep.
So I call it baby steps. I mean, I talk about all the time the movie What About Bob? If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's one of my favorite movies. But, you know, he's just baby stepping. And that's how we do it here, you know. One thing I wanted to, a little off subject, think about, you know, okay, so you're doing a diet and you're losing weight and it feels awesome, right? But step back for 1 second and think about how awesome it would feel if you built a lifestyle and you were able to keep it off.
Yep.
Because I don't know about anyone else, but I've done the diets where I did lose weight. But not only did I gain it back, but then some. And now all of a sudden, you want to talk about confidence, it's going like this because I felt like a failure.
Yep.
You know, and so this time I knew it had to be different. It does tie into my exercise because I never added exercise. Like, what can I do to move around this? And when you shift your focus and start focusing on the other things, because to the number, like you said, you can hit your goal weight. That's awesome. But if you're not focusing on things that are going to really fulfill you in here, your goal weight won't be enough for long. You know, it's like buying a new car. It's exciting for like a little while, and then all of a sudden, like, the newness wears off.
Right.
You know,
you bring the kids in and they make a mess and you're like, ah,
I know, right? And the couch is why we don't buy anything new around here, because my kids are still in destroy mode. I digress. I'm starting to get off subject here, but do you have any tips that you want to add as far as like how to get moving and going and how to start implementing? And then I'll kind of add mine.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I wanted to shift before we wrapped up too, is like, you know, people are always like, well, I would do it, but I don't know what to do. And so, you know, every Wednesday we're sharing in this group different workouts. I do more of like a HIIT style workout because I want to get my strength and cardio in at the same time. And I want to do it in like 15 minutes or less. So I do a lot of CrossFit and HIIT. And I know that you just posted this morning a really great, like just strength workout. And so a lot of times people don't take action or don't even start because they're just like, I don't even know what to do. Well, we're giving you things to do in this group. There's lots of different apps that you can download, programs that you can just get online for free. And so it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't. And if you need help, you can just write help in the comments, and either one of us can like help customize according to, the results that you want to get and how much time you have and what we feel like could be a good fit for you, because you got to take action. And if your reason for not taking action is, I don't know, well, now we're taking that excuse off the table because we're here to help you.
Right. Well, and I don't know where you were at, because like I said, you were always more active. So here they come. I wasn't when I was younger, but like going to the gym really scared me. And so that was a big deal for me. Like going to the gym, I'm like, oh, I don't want people to think I look stupid, all these things. And so I started very, very simple. I would go and walk the track. I was actually, again, I started doing it to help my mental state because I was having these random panic attacks. And I would literally just go twice a week and I would walk myself out of a panic attack, literally. And so then it built from there. But that's the thing. You just kind of, you figure out what works for you. And my point was of all this is that she didn't just all of a sudden she's all right, I know exactly what to do. And same thing with like what I'm sharing is probably a little bit more for beginners. And that's where I'm at. That's what works for me. So there's all these different levels, but we had to go through the learning and feeling uncomfortable and all that stuff too. And that's why we created this group. So when you guys are like, I'm watching your video, but I'm still kind of lost a little bit. Like she said, comment help on that video. Just be like, help. I need help. I'm not sure what. Reach out to one of us and we'll help you. Because that's the whole point of this is for us to, we've kind of climbed a little bit. Now we turn around and we lend a hand to you guys, and it's just so important. And my tip is to, one, commit yourself to, let's say 2 days a week. Like just say, I'm going to do it, schedule it, put it on. I know that probably speaks to Tamika's heart because she teaches me about scheduling. But also find a spot in your day that you can add it out. You can stack it on top of something. Find a way, if it's even like, you know what, I need to take my dogs for a walk and they're not getting out for a walk. So make that, something that you do. Or like I said, for me, I'm already driving to our community pool that has a sporting complex. So I use that. Well, as long as they're working out, I'll just go up to the gym and get my exercise in. Find something that you can stack a habit you're already doing with a little movement. Again, if it's even just starting out with walking, that's what I did. Walking's super good. And like Tamika, you said your workouts aren't that long.
No.
All right. Sometimes I'll stretch mine out between, I do like some walking and my strength training because my kids are still in the pool. And I'm like, well, it's 114 here. I don't really want to sit outside and wait for them, but other than that, it's 30 to 40 minutes at best, So it's like, you can always find time. And even if you're just doing, there's a study out there that if you walk 3 10-minute walks a day will change the course of your health for so much. So you could even set that as your goal.
Yeah. And me and my husband, we love walking at night when the kids go to bed. We just go walk around the block a couple times and it gives me time to unwind from the day. It gives us time to just talk and hold hands and spend time together. And so whether you have a dog to take on a walk, a husband to take on a walk, kids that need to maybe be a little bit more active, like to take on a walk, like you don't have to overcomplicate it.
No. And just commit it to yourself, like we talked about here, don't wait for the motivation. Just schedule it and do it and show up for yourself. Because if you're not pouring into yourself, you don't have enough to pour into others. Yep. And we all have loved ones, whether we have kids, whether we don't have kids, we have a pet, whatever. We all have loved ones that we want to be there for.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I love it.
All right. I think that's it. We just wanted to come on here and share with you guys and encourage you. And like I said, get loud in here. Share with us your wins. Share with us your struggles because we can all win together. That's the whole point. Tamika's hat kind of says it.
Yeah, that's right. And, drop a sweaty selfie. When you go work out, tell us what you did. Drop a picture. Yeah, Megan, go in there, drop your sweaty selfie, girl.
I literally came right from the gym. I said, I guess it's a good thing we're talking about workouts.
I love it. All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye.